Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Kate. If you're new here, I like to talk about all things luxury, so if you are into that kind of thing, feel free to subscribe and come and join our little luxurious family that we have here. We would love to have you. I have a box sitting on my lap right now, and this is what has sparked this video. So I'm going to take this out of the box. There's like plastic in here, so I'm going to do it off camera, but I'm going to show you the bag, and then I'm going to show you why I'm returning it, and then I'm going to talk about all the bags that I have returned this year, because it's been a lot. Like, let me tell you, it has been a lot. So I have to ship this back later today, but I wanted to make this video first because I needed you guys to see it, actually see it on camera. Now, this is beautiful. This bag is gorgeous. This is the YSL Small Lulu. And the reason that I bought it was to wear it as a shoulder bag. I don't really care to wear it crossbody. I love shoulder bags. Like, one of my favorite bags of all time is the Chanel Jumbo. I love the strap drop of it. So I wanted something that has a nice strap drop. It seems like this bag normally does. But the thing is, and I didn't know this, there's a version that has 2 holes at the top, and there's a version that is more common that has 4 holes at the top. I didn't know that there was one that had 2 holes at the top, so why would I think to check that when I went and bought this on Rebag? It didn't say anything. It said like strap drop, and it gave like the long length, and then it gave the short length, like if you were to wear it as a shoulder bag. So I would never think to like be like, oh, can I see the top of the bag? There were no pictures directly showing the top of the bag, but if I would have looked harder, I would have been able to see that there was just like two little like things right here, and I could see that I had 2 instead of 4, but I didn't know to look for that. I didn't even know that this version existed. So this was a complete mistake, and now I can't wear it the way that I wanted to, so it is going back to Rebag. And the upsetting thing to me is that Rebag doesn't have any more of these right now. So I can't just go and send this back and replace it with a different one. I'll have to see if they have any more come in. They do take a long time. Like, shipping takes a long time to them because it's going all the way to New York. And then them checking it in is going to take a couple days. So it's going to take like probably like a week and a half, 2 weeks before I get a credit for this bag on my Rebag account anyway. And I'm hoping that they have another one of these bags available. I'm also open to getting gold, but I don't want the black hardware because I just unboxed a different YSL bag with black hardware, and that one is absolutely staying with me. It's the Toy Lulu that I unboxed in the recent video. I didn't do an unboxing video for this one. I'm just showing it to you right now, but the Toy Lulu is totally fine. Everything about that bag is gorgeous and wonderful, and I love it, and I'm keeping it. The only other ones that they have are in black hardware, and I just got that other bag in black hardware, so I don't want them to have the same hardware and be very similar bags. But yeah, this sparked the conversation of wanting to talk about all the bags that I've returned this year and the bags that I've sold this year, and talk about why, because I feel like all the returns have been for very legitimate reasons. Like, I'm not really someone who normally buys and then returns things. I've never returned this much stuff in my life, and I don't know if it means that I'm just getting more selective or that I'm making like better choices. If I get something and I'm like, this is not what I wanted, I'm not going to try to make it work anymore. I'm going to send it back. I'm going to pack this back up like it was and put it back in the box because I need to send this back today. Like, literally right after this I have a meeting, and then I'm going to go and print out the label for this and take it up to FedEx. So that is leaving, but I feel like it's nice to kind of see it before it goes. I'm not going to go in a specific order because honestly I don't remember the exact order that I sold or returned these bags in, but I'm going to start with my Constance 18. I'm going to move this way so that you guys can see, and I'll show a picture of the bags. So the Constance 18, I bought this bag from FASHIONPHILE for an amazing price. It was beautiful. There was actually nothing wrong with the bag. I really liked the bag, and it had this like hammered hardware on it, and I thought that was so pretty. I liked the color, but when I tried it on, it just didn't look good on me. Like, it just did not look good on me. It looked too small. Like, it looked kind of short when I wore it crossbody. I didn't like the way that it laid across my chest. Like, I just didn't like it. I love it on other people. I see people with this bag all the time on Instagram, and I loved it on them. Just was not for me. And I left it on my shelf when I got it for like a week before I even took it out to wear it. And that's not like me. I normally will wear my new stuff like within the next day or 2 after I get it. I have to try it out. And since I left it on the shelf for like a week, I was like, I think maybe I don't really love this bag. And that's part of what made me be really sure that I was going to return it. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with the bag. Luckily, FASHIONPHILE has a great return policy. And like I said, the bag was a great price. So it was worth it to buy it from FASHIONPHILE because they have that return policy. Now I know that I don't like the Constance 18s. Maybe the 24 would be better for me, but I know a lot of people don't like that bag, so I haven't really been too tempted to try it. I've gone to go see it though. I saw it at the Real Real in Newport Beach a couple months back, and I thought it looked really, really good, but I didn't try it on or anything. I learned my lesson with the Constance 18. Next up, we have this Kelly 28 that I don't think that I ever mentioned that I sold. If you know me, you probably know why I sold this bag. It's because of the color. I love the color. It's beautiful. It's such a pretty color, but it did not go with anything that I wore, that I naturally wore, like something that I would just put on just because I wear a lot of black. And I thought that it would look good with that, but it just didn't really do anything for me. Like, it was just not doing it. You might know how I am. If something is worth a lot of money and I'm not using it, I'm gonna sell it. It was just not one of my best purchases. I sold it, and with part of the money that I got for selling the bag, I bought my Chanel medium classic flap, which I really, really love. I've been wearing that bag a ton lately. It's black and caviar with silver hardware, and those are my colors, like a black bag with silver hardware. That's all me right there. I got something that I am much happier with, and I am so, so glad that I sold that bag. It was gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, like we loved it. But just because I love something does not mean that it needs to be in my collection, so it had to go. Next up, the Chanel Square Mini. This was relatively recent. This was a return, not something that I bought and sold. I bought this bag from FASHIONPHILE. It said that it had a musty odor, but when it got here, it had a cigarette smell, like a heavy cigarette smell. As soon as I took it out the bag, I could smell it. I was just not going to do well with that bag, even if I tried to get the smell out of it. I just don't think that it would have been worth it to try. A lot of people gave me a lot of good tips, which was really helpful for my other smelly bags, because if you buy pre-loved, you know, everybody's had a smelly bag before. I feel like everybody knows what I'm talking about. So I have some good tips now from the comments in that video. But yeah, that bag had to go. It had the pretty chevron print. It was gold hardware. I don't have a lot of black with gold hardware. It's just beautiful. Like, it would have gone really well with what I tend to wear. She had to be returned though. That smell is not going to be in my house. While we're talking about smelly bags, let's talk about my red Chanel Jumbo. I got this bag for an amazing price. It was such a good price. Totally worth it as a bag. That particular bag though smelled like mothballs, like a lot, like heavily. Like, I don't mind a little mothball smell, you know, like people have mothballs, it is what it is. Kind of reminds me of going to my Nana's house when I was younger. But this one, the mothball smell was like just, it would smell like old people plus mothballs, like really, really just strong. And I tried everything. I tried baking soda. I tried coffee, which I think made it worse because then it just smelled like coffee and mothballs. I cleaned it out. I left it outside in a dust bag to get some fresh air for like a long time, and nothing really worked. Like, I would put it on and I would sit it on my lap in the car, and immediately I would just smell it and I'd be like, oh. And I kept it for a while because I was like, the smell is gonna go eventually, and it just never did. It just did not fade. It didn't go away. Like, it was not, we weren't making any progress. If I could see progress, I would have kept it, but we weren't making progress. So I sold that back to Rebag. And then I bought a Chanel boy bag. Now, the Chanel boy bag was beautiful. It was in patent leather. It was black, apparently. But when you looked at it under light, like when I showed it on the camera, it was this really pretty, like deep cherry color, gorgeous color. And when I stepped back from the light, it looked like it would just blend in with black and it was gonna be fine. But then whenever I put it on with an outfit, it just did not look black. Like, it looked like it was that like purpley, deep purple color, and you could tell. And so luckily I didn't take the tags off of that one, so I ended up returning it to Rebag. And so then I got a credit with Rebag, with which I bought the YSL Toy Lulu that I unboxed the other day. And I also bought the YSL Small Lulu that I just showed you earlier in the video. So I'm also returning what I bought with the money that I got from returning the last bag. It's just a crazy amount of returns this year. I don't know. The other bag that I just recently sold, I don't think I've mentioned it yet. Maybe I have, I don't know. But I sold let me go get what I bought with it. Hold on. Okay, so I sold my Keep All 45, and it was like the black, I think it's called Monogram Eclipse. I've had that bag for like 4 years, and I used it one time. It was just not a bag that I used. I don't use like luxury bags for travel, like luxury luggage, because I feel like it just makes you a target. Like, I don't really want to put myself in that situation. If I'm going around town here, like, I know this area, I feel comfortable. But if I'm traveling, like, I don't really know. Like, so I don't want to be a target with this big Louis Vuitton bag. I just don't want to be there. So I never wore it. And plus, I'm a backpack person. If I'm traveling, I'm wearing a backpack. I'm wearing a backpack and I have a roller suitcase. Like, I need to make it as easy as possible. Traveling stresses me out and I don't like to travel. So I don't know why I bought the bag. I'm not sure. It was really pretty though. But I sold it to Rebag. I had a little bit of extra left over, but this is what I bought with it. I got this Givenchy Antagona mini. I have been wanting the Givenchy Antagona since like 2017-ish. Whenever it was really, really popular. It was like around when I started my YouTube channel. Every influencer had this bag because I think they were being gifted to influencers at the time. That's why everybody had it. But it was a huge, huge trend bag. And it was the bigger one that was popular, not this one. I think it was a small size that was pretty popular, if I remember correctly. But when I saw this, I was like, I have to get one for my 7 years ago self. And I love it. I took the tags off of this already. It was delivered yesterday and I wore it yesterday to dinner. There's nothing really to not like about this bag. And it doesn't smell bad. It smells like a little bit of tiny hints of perfume, but I have like a really good sense of smell. So I'm going to smell anything that is on there. It has like a little tiny perfume smell, but nothing bad. It's not strong whatsoever. I have a couple of my things still in here. A good amount of stuff fits in here. Like it's got a lot of space in it. Now it has little tiny handles, right? Which not the biggest fan of, but it has a strap. So we just throw it over crossbody. We throw it on the shoulder. It's easy. There's nothing really not to like about this bag, I think. And also from what I've seen people's like 5-year reviews of this bag and it holds up beautifully. I don't know how old this bag is. I just feel like it's going to hold up so well because I have not seen like one that's really in bad condition on the pre-loved market. Plus this was under $1,000, which was great. And like I said, I had some money left over that is on my rebag credit still. I don't know what I'm doing. This one's not getting returned though, so that is amazing. This worked out really well. That is a success. And then last, but of course not least, I did a whole video about this like a week or 2 ago, all about how I sold my Birkin 25. The handles were too small. The bag was really cute. It was just not worth it. I sold it, got some money, and great. We walked away from that. I'm not replacing with anything else. I don't need another Birkin. I have a Birkin 30 in black with silver hardware, and that is me. And I love that bag. I use it all the time. Anytime that I am working, but I'm not at home, I take my work laptop in it because it fits. I love the bag so much. It's one of my most used bags of this year. And with moving to a new place that has a lot of co-working spaces and a lot of opportunities to go and work outside of my apartment, I'm going to use that bag for taking my laptop. So I'm really excited about that because it's just, I get to use it like almost every day. So I don't need another Birkin. I don't need another Kelly. I love my Kelly 32. I'm super attached to that bag. I need to send it to the Hermes spa, but I don't want to let go of it for months. But yeah, I didn't replace it with anything. I just kept the money. But yeah, those are all the bags that I have either sold or returned this year. I don't know how many that was, but it's a lot for 1 year. I mean, we're only in July. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.